Hello everyone, welcome to Duca Travelers. On this channel we do travel tips and tricks, travel gear review, as well as how to travel on a budget as a college student. Today's video I just want to talk about 7 tips that we really recommend when traveling on a budget. So the first one is obviously keep a budget. You need to keep all your information stored either on your computer, a piece of paper, on your phone, anywhere. What we do is we keep track of everything we spend each day, and then that way we know how much money we have spent, how much money we have, and how much money we should save for our next trip. So that's very important. Keep a budget and stick to that budget. Tip number 2, use flight trackers such as Google Flights or Hopper. They'll help you a ton to figure out when prices are gonna drop and when is the best time to book a flight. We use them all the time and they're super useful. Also, always check with the airline before you book your flight. Sometimes they have cheaper flights, so that'll help a lot. Tip number 3, when booking hotels, make sure you book them through Airbnb, Hostel World, or Couchsurfing. That way you get really nice deals. And let's face it, when you're traveling or you're traveling as us as college students, you're just gonna go and sleep in the hotel. So it really doesn't matter how fancy it is. For us, location is much more important, and then stay wherever pretty much. And I mean, we save a ton of money by staying in those places. And we have never have a problem. So that's something we really recommend. It's up to you guys if you like to stay in those places, but that's what we do and we haven't had a problem so far. So that's something that has helped us save a ton of money whenever we're traveling, especially to Europe and whenever we went to Colombia. Staying in a hostel, no problems at all. Tip number 4, what we do is we usually get food whenever we get to a place. If we want to spend 2-3 days, go to the supermarket, get some food. That way you can get really nice food for very cheap. So you just have to do is make a little cooking. If you don't have anywhere to cook wherever you're staying, just buy stuff that you can just make on the go and just take with you during the day. That way you can have always snack, always can have lunch and dinner without any problems and without spending a ton of money if you were gonna go out and eat all the time. Tip number 5, if you're a student like us, usually they have discounts in every place you go. So for example, we went to Europe last spring and every single attraction that we went, they had some sort of discount, sometimes even like 50% off, or sometimes even for free. So make sure you ask before you get into like museums, or let's say like the Eiffel Tower, that was like 50% off for students. So it doesn't hurt to ask, it doesn't hurt to just go there and ask them if they have a discount, either for like students, young adults. It's very important you ask and make sure you check the prices online before going there. They usually have discounts too if you purchase the tickets in advance. So do your research before going to anywhere, especially if you're going to Europe. Tip number 6, if you're a college student like us, always get involved in a student organization, especially within your major. You will have a lot of fun and they will allow you to travel everywhere. For example, we live in the US and we have been to Denver, Chicago, Texas, so many places, everything paid for just because we're involved in organizations. Also, we have been to Bolivia with only $500. That's all we spent for airplane tickets, food, hotel, everything. How we did it, we got involved in an organization called Engineers Without Borders. And what we do is we work for them basically. We work on this project in Bolivia, but from the US on our free time basically. And then every summer we like fundraise some money to the organization and then we travel there. And that way we only pay $500 and they cover the rest expenses. So that's a pretty cool way to travel a lot if you are involved in organizations. And then tip number 7, my last tip, always do is like small trips. Doesn't matter if you go an hour away, 2 hours away, just do small trips. You'll have a lot of fun. You don't need to go all across the ocean to spend the weekend somewhere else. But you can go like, for example, we live in South Dakota, eastern South Dakota. So we go a lot to the Black Hills. We go a lot to Minnesota. So we just do like small trips all year long during the weekends. And that way we're just not sitting in our house thinking, oh, I want to travel, I want to travel, I want to travel. No, we're just traveling little trips every week, and that way we always have fun. Obviously we start saving money for big trips, but by doing those small trips we're just enjoying more and waiting for those big trips to come. So that's our recommendation we have, and that's something we do all the time. So there you have it. Those are my 7 tips to travel for cheap if you're on a budget, if you're a college student like us. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a comment with questions and comments, and let us know where is your next trip going, and we'll be more than glad to help you in anything we can. So stay tuned for more updates, and